Hello there, and today I am doing a quick tutorial on a Cod Style ammo system for Counter-Strike 2. I would not say this is the best way. There's probably a better way out there somewhere, but I find this is my way of doing it, and I find it's quite future-proof for adding new weapons in and expanding on your game. So basically, there is one. This is your total ammo you've got all on you. And then this is the ammo you've got in your clip. So oh, I've changed the code. You can empty a clip out, and then it takes the amount you need to refill it off your total amount. So if there it's perfectly 32. Say if I take off one bullet, it will only take one off here just to fill it up. This also works when it needs to find out if it can add more in to fill it up to make sure it's full, or if it finds out it can't fill up the clip and fills it up as much as it can. And also, as you can see, it says reloading, so the player knows that it's reloading, and it also stops at 0. You can make this fully automatic. It's just one simple change where you can hold, click, and it shoots. So basically, let's get to the code. Okay, so for the code, this is the basic code behind the scene. So this is for like the reloading, and down here is for the shooting. This is the part you change to make it automatic. I accidentally changed it later on. Well, previously. This code here is for the UI to show the ammo, total ammo, and the reloading. And here is, if you're wondering, the zombie health. I had a zombie in there, and it's just the code for the health. And these are all the global variables which I use because of it's handy if you change map and you want the player to stay with the same amount of ammo and stuff. Okay, so we are going to be starting off in the blank template. We're going to start on a blank template and go through all the steps. We are using a free version, so it is possible in free or paid version. So I'll start make a new scene, well, new thing. I'm gonna do HD 1080 just so it's like for browser usage, not really mobile, but it still can be used for mobile, just a different size. So first of all, I'm gonna make my layout the same size as my viewing, and then now we're going to add a player. I'm not going to do any sprite work or download any sprites. It's just going to be basic how it was at the beginning. So red player. Boom. I'm going to have his size will be 60. I forgot to say 60 by 60. And then we got to make his bullet itself, because that's a different object. So sprite and bullet. And I'm going to place this off the screen, as the player's not going to really want to see it at the beginning. So black bullet. And I'm going to change the size of bullet to be smaller than the player, but it's going to still be a square. So half the player would be 30 by 30. So for the behaviors, the player is going to have a directional movement. So this will be like a top-down view style type of shooting. With that, we're going to disable the 360-degree smooth rotation, because that, when you do that, makes the player slowly move around like this, and we want him to move with the mouse, like rotate with the mouse. So we just disable that to know. We're gonna have to move all 8 directions. I'm gonna just keep it with the default controls, but in your game you might have different controls or changeable controls. So if you want that, you would disable that and so let us know. I like mine a bit sharp, quickly moving, so I changed mine to about 600. I'll say. Wait, I'm just checking on the other one. So I'm changing it to about just 700, and then the acceleration is going to be above. As acceleration and deceleration is going to be above the max speed, so we can quickly start going. I press save, should I press save? That's how I kind of like it, like that. I don't really like the slow, when it slows down. And so now that is pretty much all the behaviours for the player, I would say. Oh, except solid, forgot about that. That's basically so it can collide with other objects, so it doesn't just like clip through them, clip through a zombie or something. So for the bullet itself, behaviour will be a bullet, kind of key. The bullet, it's the original speed, I feel is a bit slow. So if I drag it on the scene and we run the layout, you'll see the bullet I find is a bit slow for an actual bullet. So I sped mine up on that demo at the beginning to 1000. Oh. We don't want it to bounce. You can have it to bounce if you want, bounce on solid objects. And then, okay, so then we drag that back off the screen. It could be anywhere off the screen, doesn't really matter. And then also, for behaviours, I had destroy when outside layout. So this will basically say, like, once it's outside this area, it'll get destroyed. Meaning, when you shoot, like you've been shooting for some time in the game, there won't be like 1,000 bullets still flying in the space you can't see, or even playing. And so next we are going to do the text, so you can, oh god, so you can see how much ammo you've got and how much ammo you've got in the clip. So text, this is going to be your total ammo, and we're just going to make this simply at the top, nothing special. I just put what I know what the text is going to be inside the text, because when you start running the layout, the text is going to be changed to the actual ammo itself. And make it something big, 48, nice and clear. And I give a lot of room just in case. Say like, yeah, if it's short like that, it's going to show. It might not show a high certain number if your ammo goes really high. And then now we're going to do the current clip, and that's going to be a text, and that's going to be we're just going to put that to the right of it, like Call of Duty. They have their ammo and stuff next to each other, so we're going to put clip, and the size we'll do another 48 the same as well. There, and give it a bit of space. So basically we have the ammo showing at the top there, a movable player, and that's really it. So next we want to have it so you can rotate the player around the mouse. So as mine, you're seeing he was following the mouse around while looking at the mouse while you moved along. So for this we're going to add a mouse. So you see mouse at the bottom here, just add that in. I don't know what this add wait for available in the entire project is, just wait for it. So basically now we're going to have it so every tick, so add event, right click, add event, under system, and every tick, so that is every tick, so that would be second group down, general, every tick. We're going to add the players. We're going to set the players as players angle toward a position, and then so now we're going to try to find the mouse's position. To do this, you see like a little faded box to my left on my screen. Yours might be above it, or I've moved mine to there. So basically, you put your mouse over it, and it shows. We're going to go to mouse, and you see there's X and Y. We're going to click on the X, and then double click on this X here. So now it's added mouse.x, I need to remove that 0. And then we do the same for the Y, mouse.y. So have these two things, and then now when we run it, our thing is rotating towards the mouse. So if you want mouse controls, basically shoot like that. Okay. So next we are going to do the basic shooting. So first of all, I'm going to make it on. We're going to add an event under mouse, and when mouse is down, so this will basically be like machine gun fire. So you can hold down your mouse and it shoots. It doesn't have to be a machine gun. You can change the speed of it. You have choice how fast it can be. So it can be a pistol where you can hold it down, but it's all up to you, however you want it. Mine's gonna be left mouse. This part here, thing I've just done, you can change that if you wanted a keyboard control to keyboard to shoot or something. I don't know why you would if you had a mouse aiming, but if you did, you would just do keyboard and add key button is down. And then under that, if we do add new event, and then system, and you go down to the very bottom, every X seconds. So this is going to be how fast the gun shoots. So I'm going to do like in the example it was like a little machine gun. So it's going to be 0.1 seconds, or actually I'm going to do 0.2, a bit slower. And now we see how it's under like this. We need it under the left button is down, so then it checks that first if it's true. So basically drag the end of it to the right and you see that little arrow, and that means it's now underneath it. This means you can hide all the code underneath that as well. And then in here we will need another condition. So right click, add another condition. Oh wait, we can't add that condition yet because we don't have the variables. So basically we're going to do system, we're going to create the bullet when the player clicks to shoot. So it is system, create an object. So basically the object we're going to create is the bullet. And layers, if you've got multiple layers, this will vary for your game, but for me I haven't made any, so it'll be layer 0. The position for this will be the player's position. So if we use this window to, well, my left again, and then we go to player, and then we look for X and Y again. You see them down here? So in X we put X, and in Y we put Y. So it should look like that. And then we want to set the angle so it's pointing in the right direction as the player's pointing, so the player will be shooting forward. So to do that, we add a new action, bullet, and then we do set angle. So we're going to set this angle to the same angle as the player. So again in this window, you go player, and you see at the top angle. So you add that in, player.angle, and then that should be done. So if we play that, we got basic shooting, and you can hold it down. So that's my fast style shooting. Okay, so next we are going to do the variables, what keeps track of your ammo in your clip, the amount of ammo you can have in your clip, and the total ammo in your clip. Well, total ammo you have altogether. So for that, you right click anywhere down here, add global variable. I give mine simple names so I can easily understand it. So like P for player underscore ammo underscore total. So that's the total number of ammo the player's got. You can start off at, what I'm going to do is start the player's first weapon will have a max ammo of 64. And then another one you'll add is same again, right click, add global variable will be P underscore ammo underscore current. So this will be the amount of ammo the player currently has in his clip to shoot. So I'm having that as 32. Then last will be player underscore ammo. Will be the max ammo what can be in the player's clip. The reason I use this is so that I can use it for something to set I can set the ammo in the clip back to this, and then I don't have to keep on making new code for other weapons. I can just change the value in this and the code works for all my guns. So the starting weapon will be 32 as well. So 64, well for you it will be 32, 32, 64. So now next we will do it's the UI itself, so we know and we can see how much ammo there is. So currently we've just got ammo and current clip showing, but we're going to change these so they show the correct values. So I'm going to quickly right click, add a group, so this can be organized. So if we do shooting, so this will be all the shooting code. So we'll be dragging the side here under there, like where the indent comes, and then we're going to minimize this group to hide it. Okay, I'm going to add a new group, right click, add group, and this is going to be called UI. So in there, you right click, you go to add sub event. So in this event we first will want a every tick, so system every tick, and then in this every tick, so every single tick of the game, we will want the current clip, so this is the text of the current clip, set the text as, and if we go to this window again, system, so you see P underscore ammo current, we're going to set the text to that number every tick. And then we do the same for total ammo, set text, but then in this time we do system P ammo underscore total. So now when we I can press and save, it's a natural instinct. See, now we have this as 64 and 32, and if I shoot, it does not subtract yet, because we haven't added that into our code. So basically, if we expand the shooting group now, every time this runs, we want it to subtract 1 from our current clip. So you basically do add action, system, subtract from, and this subtraction will be from P underscore ammo underscore current, and we do 1. Now if we run it, there, we're losing ammo every time we shoot. But then this, as we see, goes into the negatives, and we don't really want that to happen. So to stop that, under this part here, so you have this big blank area, I accidentally dragged it, double click on here, and then now we're going to add a system compare global variable. So now we're going to check if the current clip is above 0, so that means they can shoot. So BP ammo underscore current, and then if it's greater than 0, I'll let them shoot. So now if we run it, if we run out of ammo, there, it stopped. I'm still holding it down, can't do anything. Okay, so if I minimize this, so now we've got the UI working basically. We will start with the reloading. So I'm going to add a new group just to keep it organized, because I'm like that with code. So reloading, Okay, so we're gonna have it as, say, R for reload for like COD. For if you're a PC user, R would be reload. You can choose whatever button you want. I personally have R. So if you go back to our layout one, you right click on the screen, insert new object. So we're gonna add a keyboard. Go down, keyboard, insert. So back to our event sheet, we're gonna, under the reloading, so right click reloading, add sub event, and then now you see this keyboard. If you go in there and you go, I did key is down. Yeah, key is down. So if you go to double click key is down, that's the wrong thing, sorry. That is key code is down. Key is down. You click here to choose, and now you gotta press the key you want to reload. So mine's gonna be R. And if your thing cannot be detected, go down here, and these are the keys what won't be detected. So OK, and then done. So you have this, and then under we want another. So you're gonna right click, add event, and this event, this is basically gonna check if the this is gonna make sure, what is this gonna check? Okay, so this is gonna be the one that checks if there is enough ammo in the total storage to refill your clip. So we're gonna go system and a compare variable. So in here we're gonna select our total amount, and then if it's greater than or equal to, and in here we are gonna have, if it's greater than or equal to, then we use this window, go system, you do player ammo, so that we're going to work out the difference here, what they need to refill the clip. So player ammo, what will be the max ammo that clip can take away the amount of ammo what's left in that clip. So say if there's player ammo would be at the beginning would be 32, and then we're going to put a minus symbol in here in between. So at the beginning it would be 32, and say if we had 22 left bullets in our clip, it'd be 32 take away 22, which equals 10. And then that will check if that's greater than the total amount left ammo you've got, so that it can refill your clip. Now we're going to drag this underneath the R is down, or whatever button you have as reload. And then now we're going to make another sub event, so you right click, add sub event. So this is going to be a trigger once, because we only want it to we only want it to reload once, otherwise it will do it as many times as that is true. So system, look for trigger once. Trigger once while true. Okay, and then in this will be all the reloading. So for UI and stuff, I had a variable what set it to true. So on the player, if you click on your player, go to instant variables, you set this, add, we're going to call this reloading, and it's going to be a boolean. So that means there's only two, true or false. So if the reloading is true, if the player is reloading, or if the player isn't reloading, it'll be false. So we're going to have, at the beginning, it sets it true because the player is reloading. So let's go down there, you go down to instant variables, set boolean, reloading true. After that, as we want to stop the player from shooting while they're reloading, we want to disable this. To do that, because I've put it in a group, this means we can disable the group entirely without having to add anything extra into the code. So you go add action, system, and set group active will be in general tab. Okay, and then this is where we put in the group name. So in between the two speech marks we put shooting, and then we want to set it to deactivated. Okay, so once the group's deactivated, we're gonna have the player. So for the reloading, you don't reload like instantly in a second. You've just done reloading. The player's gonna have to like get the clip out and stuff. So we're gonna have a wait command. So if you go to add action, system, and scroll down to the bottom, you'll see wait. Well, so this is gonna be how long the player can't shoot. Well, this is gonna how long the reload is gonna be. So for this weapon, and for pretty much most weapons, we will have as 2 seconds. And then done. Okay, next we're going to have to work out taking away the ammo from your total amount. Okay, so to do that, we're going to do a system, so add action, system, subtract from, and then we'll be subtracting from ammo, player underscore ammo underscore total. And then we're going to be subtracting the difference, what we calculated earlier, of how much is needed to refill the clip. So to do that, it will be your total ammo, so the highest one, your ammo, what can be in the clip, minus your current arrow, so minus your current, and then done. And then after that, we're gonna, so it's taken away from your total, and now we need to add that on to your clip. So for your clip, we will just do a simple add action, system, set value. We're gonna set your current clip to system ammo, so it's gonna set it to the max amount of ammo can be in there. Doing it this way means we can just change that variable if we want to have like a different weapon, like a LMG what's got like 100 ammo in its clip or something. After that, we want to enable this group again because it's finished reloading. So to do that, we can copy and paste. So you click on this, you do Control C, or we can press copy under the home tab and click back on here and do Control V or paste. And then now you should see it at the bottom here, added, and we just want to change it to activated. That should activate the group back again, and do the same for reloading, Control C, Control V, and change this to false because the player's finished reloading. So now we've done this to check if there is enough ammo to fill in your clip. Then we want to do another one if there isn't enough ammo to fill in your clip. Say if you need to fill a clip of 32 and you've only got 10 bullets left, you'd put in 10 bullets. So for this we're going to have an else command, so if this is not true it's going to run that. So to do that, you click on here and you press X. That's system else. By the way, if you do move this around it will become red because it won't be true. Say else is not valid here. So make sure it's in the right place. Then we're going to have another trigger once, but to save us time to putting this all back in, we can click on here and do the copy, click on system and paste it. So now we've got it under the bottom, we want to put it underneath the system else. So we drag the very end, get a little indent and let go. So now it's underneath the else. So the difference in this one is that it's going to first of all set the amount of ammo. So if you double click on this one, the subtract one, go back and you do set value. We're going to set the ammo current to so it'd be to whatever's left in your clip plus, so if you remove the end part, plus the ammo you've got all together. So to do that, you do plus, go over to this window, system, ammo total. Okay, and then underneath it, we change this. So now, because we've taken all the ammo out of there, we're just going to want to set your ammo total to 0. So to open this up, double click, and you go, it's already on set value, so you just set value, play ammo total to 0, and then these two stay the same below. We are going to have another check as well in this to make sure the player, because this will be true as well for multiple times, so we're going to make sure the player isn't reloading during this as well. So for this, you right click on here, add another condition, player, scroll down to is boolean instant variable set, and then you do reloading, and then right click on your reloading and invert, so make sure reloading is set as false. A little mistake I have just noticed is that this else is under the trigger once, and it should be under this one here. So to fix that, we will just drag it up to it, and you see the indent. No, we should drag it under the keyboard, and then it will say else is not valid because else is not valid under that location. But then if you drag back this one back up there under the keyboard, it will be fixed. So that's the right way. So when you click this, it'll hide that, and that will hide that. And then we need this reloading here as well, so if we copy it, Control C or copy up there, and paste it into this, so click here and Control V, so it's pasted into there. So that's basically all the text, all the coding for the reloading. So basically now, if we go and thing, we will have it, so when you press R, there's no text at the moment, but it waits, subtracts it and puts it into here to fill clip, and then we will need to make it so when you've emptied your clip, it will automatically reload the clip. So to do that, if you go back to your code, where it says keyboard R is down, you're going to right click, add another condition. So this is going to see if you run out of ammo in your clip, if it should start the reloading. So you go system, compare value, variable, and then this would be your clip, so it would be player underscore ammo underscore current. If that is equal to 0, then now this, at the moment, this will be checking for both things, and we want to do check for one or the other, so that would be like an OR statement. So to do that, you click here, so you selected it, press Y, and now you see this little ORs in between it, so it will check one or the other. And that is it for that, so we can just hide this. So now for the UI, so you want your UI to say like, oh, the player's reloading, they can know, otherwise they'd be confused, oh, why can't I shoot, what's happened, something. So under the UI, if we expand that and minimize this shooting, okay, so we have basic thing what sets there. We want, for this, we want to set that when the player isn't reloading. So we're going to double click on this blank space here, or you can do right click, add another where is it? Another condition, and then this is going to check if we go player is boolean instant variable set, reloading, and then if we invert that, so that will make sure the player isn't reloading, and it will set the text to the ammo. And also we will want it, if you double click or right click add condition, if you do a system compare variable and your current ammo, and if your current ammo equals 0, and then we're going to invert that, because when our ammo is 0, we don't want it to be saying it's 0 unless we literally have run out of ammo on everything. If it's on 0 but we've still got ammo in our total, we want it to say reloading. So for the reloading text, you do it on the UI, you right click, add sub event. This will be checking if the boolean is set. So player, make sure the I can't speak. The boolean is reloading, and then so if that's true and player's ammo, so if we right click, add another condition, if player's total ammo is not 0, so system compare value ammo total is not 0, so you're not completely out of the ammo, so you right click on it and invert it to do the opposite. We're going to set the text on current clip. Oh, where is it? Set text. We're going to set the text to reloading ... and then done. And then if the player has run out of completely ammo and he's just stuck there with no bullets, you right click on UI, add sub event, we go to system compare variable. This will be checking if his clip, the ammo in his clip is 0, and then we're going to do right click on that, add another condition, system compare variable. We check also if the total amount of ammo is on 0, and if they're both true, the player's run out of ammo, and then we'll just set we can just copy this current clip, because we're going to display it as 0, copy that, click on here, paste. It should have been seen like that. And I think that is it. So if I press my chosen key R to reload, it says reloading, and 32, and it's taking the ammo off that. And I'm hold shooting, and I can click if you want, and then it's got to 0 and it's reloading. And then if I shoot down to 1 bullet left, so now when I reload, it adds them two together to make 24, and then empty the clip, and I can't shoot anymore. Okay, and that will be it for today. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see your games in the future and play them. And good luck coding.